I can bet that you've probably set some sort of goal for yourself in life and failed miserably. Rather than me explaining systems you should do in your life, this particular video is about why systems are important and why you have to understand the system you're creating, because if you don't understand why, it's gonna fail just like your goals. Okay, so what is a goal and what is a system? I'm lost. Hold up, I was just about to explain that, but real quick, a lot of this information is from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, so shout out to him. We have goals and systems. The easiest way to put this is that goals are the specific results you want to achieve. They're more of a one type of thing, and it's all about a specific destination. On the other hand, systems are more the process of achieving those goals, and it's kind of more looked at like the journey. For example, if you're a student, your goal could be to get straight A's, but your system, on the other hand, would be how you study, how long you study, and how you deal with distractions. Are you just saying that I should just ditch my goals and throw them in the trash? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you can't just focus on your goals because it will eventually die out. You need to be creating a system in order to attain those goals. Okay, got it. That makes much more sense. But what are the actual problem with goals? To me, goals are kind of like a broken system, and in the book Atomic Habits, James Clear explains 4 distinct problems really well that are wrong with goals. So let's break it down. The first problem that he states is that winners and losers have the same exact goal. So what he means by this is kind of like a good analogy example, is that if you're an Olympian, you're going to want to win that gold medal. I mean, everyone does, right? But not everyone is going to be able to achieve that same medal, so that's when it just comes down to your system rather than your goal, because everyone has that same goal, but not everyone is able to achieve that medal. That's why your systems need to stand out from other people, you know? The second problem is that achieving a goal is only a momentary change. So whenever you achieve that one goal, it's not going to last long term, it's more of a short term thing. This is a really good example that he used. If you have a messy room and if your goal is just to clean it one time and you eventually clean the room, it stays like that. But it stays like that just for a little bit. This won't last long because you will eventually just make it messy again, since you just focused on the end result of just getting it clean once rather than making it a habit to keep your room clean. As he quotes, when you solve problems at the results level, you will only solve them temporarily. You need to fix the inputs and the outputs will fix themselves. So fixing how you actually do the things, aka the system, will have a better output than just focusing on an end result of a goal. The third problem is that goals restrict your happiness. A lot of people, including myself, have the mentality of like, oh, when I achieve this goal, I'll finally be happy, or when I achieve this goal, I can finally have fun. Whatever it is, but that just doesn't lead to true happiness. It really just restricts it even more. There are many examples of this, like, oh, I'll be happy when I lose 10 pounds, or when I make $1 million, I'll finally be happy. And for me personally, I even use the one of, oh, when I get 2,000 subscribers, I'll finally be happy. Can you think of something like this that you probably have said, and how did it make you feel? Yeah, that happened to me. I said I'll be happy when I make a certain amount of money, and I have that money, and just not cutting it with the exact happiness that I thought about. Sometimes this may make you happy, but if you think about it, you're in a failure state for such a long time. Because let's say your goal is right here, and you're only going to be happy when you get this goal. This means you're always going to be in a constant state of failure, so it's just like not a fun process to go through. I'm learning this myself, that I really just need to fall in love with the actual process of my goals rather than that specific end result, because the process is the actual happiness. And a lot of people think that it's the destination, but it's the process of which you're attaining your goal. Personally, that's why I switched up my video content, because I was doing some type of videos that I liked doing, but I love doing these videos way more. So that's me enjoying the process of it, the process of filming, the process of editing, scripting, whatever it is. That's me enjoying the actual process rather than just focusing on a number of subscribers. This is me documenting to show if this actually works, because I just started doing up this new content like a week ago. So future self watching this, hopefully you're at like 1 million subscribers and you're looking back on this video like, yeah, it actually worked. I'll come back to this problem in a couple of years and see where I'm at. And this is a problem that leads into problem number 4, which is that goals are at odds with long-term progress. It's really ironic because when you do reach a goal sometimes, not all the time, but it can be really anticlimactic and just so deceiving because you're working for this goal, you're working for it, and then you hit that goal and you think that when you hit it, your life's just gonna be magically perfect, all your worries go away, just pure happiness. And then when you hit it and you don't receive that, you're like, oh, this is great. Sooner or later, I feel like there's 2 things that usually happen. It's either you go back to your old habits or you are just not satisfied and you just keep improving. I'm kind of understanding this long-term thing, but I definitely need an example. Can you use the one about like weight loss or money, the one that you already talked about? Back to the example of losing weight. Let's say if you lost that 10 pounds that you wanted to lose, you hit that goal. You either could go back to your bad habits of not working out, eating junk food, whatever, and gain the weight back, or you lose that 10 pounds and you don't feel satisfied, so then you keep losing more weight. Or if you made that $1 million, you could be happy for a little bit, but then you could probably go back to your old spending habits and waste it all away. Or your next thing is just to keep improving and make 2 million instead of 1 million. It just keeps going on and on and on. And it's not always a bad thing to keep improving and keep wanting more, but I've learned and am learning that if you don't enjoy the process and you're proud of yourself throughout the process, you're making it so much more difficult on yourself. In the book, he states word for word that the purpose of setting goals is to win the game. The purpose of building systems is to continue playing the game. So it's more about the process that will determine the progress in which you head into. I'm understanding the bad side of goals, but it just all sounds so negative. Please just tell me that there's just something positive about systems that make me feel a little bit better about life. Systems help you make more progress because, as I was kind of talking about earlier, you're not in a state of failure. Once you are proud of yourself, it's more rewarding and you're going to want to keep attaining and keep achieving those mini goals rather than just one big goal. You kind of grow and expand more as a person because you genuinely just want to get better and gain more skills rather than just achieve one specific thing. You're most likely probably going to be growing more into a person and developing different skills. When you have that idea and that vision of your head of a goal you want to achieve, you start off with so much motivation. I can totally relate to this. I remember so many times I'd have a goal of something I'm going to change in my life, and the day I wake up, I'm like, let's go. I'm so excited. Day 1, we can do this. And then day 2, 3, 4, 5, a week, a month, and then that motivation just completely dies out and it's useless. I'm excited for this work. I'm definitely excited for this week just to challenge myself and see my potential. Today is one of those days that I'm not 100% feeling it, and that's the most important thing though, is to keep going on those days that you don't feel like doing it. That's where systems come into play, because when you're operating with systems in your routine, you're gonna do what you said you were gonna do, regardless of how much motivation you have. We have goals and we have systems, but there's a clear distinction between the two, but it's important that you still use both to attain whatever you want to do in life. Well, you said not to focus on goals. Sorry for the confusion. I'm just trying to say that you should focus way more on the process and the systems rather than the goals, but you still need those goals in your life, because without those goals, you have no direction of where you're going to be going. Famous quote by James Clear, who wrote the book. He said that you don't rise to your level of goals, you fall to your level of systems. Systems and goals are both important to achieve what you want, but you just need to have more of a focus on your systems rather than your goals. Okay, but now I'm lost again, because how do I actually create these systems that you keep talking about? I feel like I can't just sit around and expect these systems to come. How am I creating these systems? Just please tell me. Great question. I'm actually going to be making a part 2 to this video that's going to be focused more on these specific systems that you can create in your life and how to actually create the systems and have them consistently throughout your life. I just want to take time for a specific video, aka this one, to just talk about why systems are important, because I feel like a lot of things in the media right now around self-development is like telling you all these things that you should do, but it's really important to understand why you're even doing it in the first place. So definitely stay tuned and subscribe so you can check out that video, and seriously, it means so much that you took the time to watch this video. Life is crazy right now, so the fact that if you stay to the end, it really does mean a lot. So thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see y'all super soon with that part 2 video. All right, bye. So I cannot take myself seriously when I'm acting like that. Like, not everyone has systems to act effective systems. The goal is, if you have a messy, it was too much to spew.